Yeah, so let me start. So let us start this. Okay, we will try to discuss another important concept. I think those who are joined through the YouTube. Okay, I think please continue to uh, learn this. Let us understand another important concept. We call it as a functions. Now here, let me go here. Till now, what we have understood is we have written simple program. We understood what are the different types of the tokens. We have understood what are the different types of way of writing the code through the conditional constraints and looping constraints. And the next important topic we are looking into functions. That means we are writing a small piece of work. Okay, and that by using that we can avoid many repetitive tasks. Let me explain further. Let me go here. Okay. Now you assume that I have a simple program. Okay. Program. Just assume this is a program. Now, if I want to write, let me write here only, actual standard code only. Let me write hash include studio.h, hash include conio.h. Okay. And let us write void main. And here I can write some declaration part. Now here I can write print hello. After that, here I may write some statements. Once again, I require, okay, print hello. And I may write or compute something, compute task, compute add. I can pass here a comma b. Here, once again, I may write, I may require here something like that, c comma d. Similarly, I may write some more statements here. And I may use the, once again, compute add. And finally, I may write get ch. And I can do this. So here, instead of this, I would have written, right, c is equal to a plus b. Here also I could have done c is equal to a plus b, repeated task. Here also I have done c is equal to a plus b. Instead of doing a repetitive task, okay, we are looking for, instead of I can write a logic for this, something like this, okay, return int, okay, I can write compute, I will pass int a, int b, something like this, and then I will write a function like this, return, I will write the logic, c is equal to a plus b. Assume that I am doing this and return c. And now just instead of doing all this, here it may be some more statements, maybe print hello, hi. There may be a printf, there may be a another statement, printf, how are you? Something like this. We may be having, okay, what is this? I have three statements and almost 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of repeating every time this statement here, okay, instead of repeating in our program, three times instead of repeating. So what I can do is I can replace this with a comma b, and C, or I can write print F. Okay, I may write like this. Similarly, if you come here once again, instead of repeating once again those many block of statement, I can write here. Here I may pass C comma a different value or 10 comma to 56. Here I may pass 20 to 10. Similarly, if I want to remove this, I can remove, and here I can print value, okay, 100 by 60. So if you look at this, okay, like here, if you look at this, you'll be able to appreciate and understand this many number of block of statement we avoided typing here. And this is nothing but self-explanatory or self-contained block of statements. And these concepts we call it as a term called function. In real-time scenarios, so it is just like acting like a third party. It is acting like a third party. Okay, it is acting like a third party person. Okay, for example, assume that you have a car, some car, like you have a car one, and you may be having a car two. I may be having, I need a service for this. So I may call this service, is maybe external third party. Any problem in this car one, you can call service, and car two also you call the service. Some other people also, this may be person P. There may be another person P2, another person P3, and they also have the different car 4, car 5, and here also another person will be having car 6, another person will be having car 7. So all these people may use the same service, that is called a third party. That means this is self-locked statement, self-contained block of statements. You are invoking from here, and they are invoking this method, and they are calling you back, and they are executing it. This type of approach we call it as a functions actually. So in real-time scenario, if you need some service for your bike or car, you are calling that person, he comes and repair and he'll go back. So this is also function similar to that. You will be invoking from here. Control will be transferred here, execute, and they will repair and they will come back. For example, if you have a Maruti car, you will call the service center. They will send the pickup driver. He will take this, do service in their Maruti showroom, and they will drop you back. And this is what we call it as a function. So function is nothing but self-contained block of statement, and repeated to write a reusable code. We write it separately so that we can reuse, and by invoking that, so that number of lines also will be reduced, and also it will be readable, and that's why these functions are more popular in the current world. So let me write one simple program so that you'll be able to understand in C program, how are we writing it. For example, where is this? Here it is there. Okay, let me go here. Okay. So I am using the traditional editor rather than taking any one online tool. So let me go here, new, save as, let me write. Okay. Let me create some temp.c. I'll be using for all the programs. Now let me write a simple program by using the function. Maybe sum of two numbers. Sum of two numbers. Hash include studio.h. Hash include Tonio.h. I may write this. Now I may write void main. Okay. So this one. Now I will be writing. Okay. I will be writing sum of two numbers, right? So first I will write declaration A comma B. Okay. So also I can give one more C, which is a total, or I can give a total. First I will read this value. First I will do the normal traditional program. Enter the number. So I am writing this one. So let me add this here, colon. If you want to move to the next line, cursor, I can write new line. Slowly we are introducing one by one. Scanf, %d, %d, ampersand A, ampersand B. Now, once we have this, now how to read C is equal to, sorry, total is equal to A plus B and printf. The total sum is let me write total. Now, since Conio.h is there, next let me write here clear screen. Now once again, here I may add get ch. So Control Y to remove the line. So let me run this program. 10, 20, total sum is 30. Now once again, I wanted to perform one more. Okay. So one more time. So Control insert, Shift insert, and Control K. This is the shortcut commands. Okay. Now I am second time I am reading. Okay, reading the value. Once again, I want to print. Okay. Control K. So I am reading this and I am printing. So let me run this one. 10, 20, 30. Once again, it is asking for 32, this one. So we got a 55. So let me write here also. Okay, new line. Control F9. Let me write. Enter the number 10, 20. I got this. Once again, 20, 30. I am got it. So that means I have repeated twice. Similarly, assume that one more time I want to give the different. Control insert, Shift insert. Okay. Control KK. And to delete a line, Control Y. So now, if I go here, I have 3 times. Okay. Now, once again, I will go to here, 10, 20. Once again, 23, 22, and 35, 67. I'm able to do this. Now, if you look at here, okay, we have 3 times we have called. So assume that if I call for 10 times 4 lines I have to write it. To avoid this, we have a concept called functions. how to write the functions, let us write here. Then I will go and discuss about the variations of this and for better understand this actually. So now, if I write here, okay, I will write a one simple method, sum of two numbers. So I have written a function name. So I will declare int num1, int num2. So I have done this. Now I will do this. I will copy, okay, control, okay, insert and shift insert, control KK, just for control Y. So I have used this. Now I wanted to repeat. So now I will remove this. Control Y, control Y, control Y. So here I will call so sum of this one. Instead of this, I will remove this. So I have got this. Now what I will do is just simple change I am going to do. I have removed this. I have removed this. So now just I have done simple change. Now instead of here, so I am going to write a one simple statement. Total. Now let me run this. Okay. So here variables I have taken is num1, num2, because here I have passed the num1 instead of a comma b. I would have passed that also. For your reference, if I want to do that, I can do that as well. So not a problem. But also I can keep both, I will show you. Okay. Let me num1, num2 only. So I will modify this. So here I will add num1, num2. So I am returning the value and printing here. Printing here. So now I control F9. So here total it is expecting. It is not declared here. Let me declare. So here I should not enter the number. Okay, I have already passed the value. So I do not require this also here because I'm reading that value there. So now here, now if I do that, then I have to declare. Here I will remove this one. So now 10 by 20, 30 got it, 24, 44, and 22, 22, I got all them. If you look at here, just I have modified this and this is called, and all these lines I have reused. Now once again what I will do is, okay, instead of this, I will remove this. Okay, I will call the same program. Now here, I'm removing here. So I have done. Now control F9. 22, 22, 33, 32. So I'm able to print all the functions. So second time I have done And once again, I do not want to reuse this, use this. Let me remove this as well. Then I will call sum of two numbers. Now, once again, I will run this 10, 20, 10, some 23. So I'm able to get it. So if you look at here, so I have done simple magic. Just I have transferred, I have written a one reusable method, general function. This is called a function. This is called a function. And instead of writing four lines repeatedly, we made it as a reusable function. Just I am calling here, reading the value and returning the value. So this is how we can write a simple functions. By doing 3-4 programs, you will definitely will be able to understand what is function. At this moment, just understand here we have int sum of two numbers, total is equal to 0, num1, num2. We are able to do by using just invoking from here. So this is what we call it as a function. If you look at the function, what is there? There is a certain name. This is a name of a function, identifier, okay? Name of a function. And then we have a return type. Return type means nothing but a integer. So after sum, what is the data type value? This is also integer, this is also integer. Then return type will be the integer only. So that is why here I have given the %d. So here also %d or %i, you can use it. Now assume that I don't want to return. This is the one way. If I don't want to return, then I should have done in some other way. Okay. Just I have to call the function. Let me do that as well. Then I will go back and do that. If I don't want to return any value, just I will write a void. Then I will remove this return statement. Then printf, the total is, okay, the total is total. I will be making here. One change I have done. Now I will be removing all these things. I will be removing all these things. So I have removed this. Similarly, here also I will be removing this block, this line of code. Only I will retain this function. Also, I am going to remove this and making use of this and removing this. Now, once this is done, control F9, 10, 20, total is 30, 2, 3, 5, 12, 33, 45. So like this, I am able to perform the same task, but here what I made a change is, this is, I changed to void. That means this function doesn't return any value to the main function, column function. Now you have realized what is the meaning of void. Main function is not written to anywhere. That is nothing but void. And this is the declaration part. I have not used anywhere. I can remove that as well. Then once again, if I run, I'm able to, so run this. So you can able to see this one. Now, if I want to show in the different lines, so I can write here, new line. Okay. This also I can make it as a new line. Okay. Now run this. So 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. So something like this, I can able to do it. Now we have understood what is function. Function is nothing but a self-contained block of statement. It acts like a third party, like your bike service, and it performs on its own, and then control will give back as per your request. So this is what sum of two numbers is given the example. What exactly we have done? We have done like this. For example, I don't want to write here. I don't want to write here. Okay, control insert. I may write after this also. So I may write here also. And let me remove this. What will happen? Let us see. Control F9. It is saying that I don't know what it is. It is telling that type mismatch declaration error. Because if any program after the main, if it is there declared, and our C program is not able to understand it. So if you want to make it understand, what I have to do is I have to copy this and you have to declare this. Now I will add a semicolon to this. Now let us see. So you are able to do this. These are the simple tricks we have to follow. That is the rules actually. So we are able to write a simple block of statement. Before, if you write before main, you do not require to declare here. If you write after that, you have to declare that. And usually good habit is to write before this, how object-oriented new concept in C++, Java follows. We can do that. But as of now, this since C program is the follows top to down approach. This is the first top. Then we are going for the writing a function, sum of two numbers. I may write a sum of three numbers, okay, or sum of n numbers also. Once I cover arrays, you'll be able to do sum of n numbers also. And this is how you can do. You can call the different. For example, I wanted to write sum of three numbers here. Sum of three numbers. So this function is not there. So let me write that. Let me go here. Shift insert. Okay, sum of three numbers. So here I will be making num3. So I will be reading. You must enter the numbers. Enter the three numbers. Let me write one more. Num3. And here integer type. Here num3. So I have this function is for sum of three numbers. This is for our convenient. We are writing the comments. This is for sum of two numbers. And then we are calling from here. So here I have to declare void sum of three numbers. So if you look at here, sum of three numbers is there. Now I have called sum of three numbers and sum of two numbers. Let me run this. 10, 20. Now enter the three numbers, 1, 2, 3. Then once again, two numbers. So that means I can write how many functions you can, if do you want. In the application, most likely we have n number of functions will be there, and we can keep writing the functions one below the other, one below the other. So that is how you can do that. For example, sum of n natural numbers. Okay, sum of n natural numbers. What is sum of n natural numbers? Maybe sum is equal to n of n plus 1 by n, maybe something like that. So sum of n of n plus 1. If I want to apply that formula, then I may be writing, my objective is not a logic, but how to write the functions. Control insert, shift insert, control KK. Now is sum of n numbers. Okay. So here I want only one number, n. So get me the n number. So there may be a, instead of all these things, I need only one n. So maybe this total may be float. Okay. Just I am showing you. Apply the formula. N of n plus 1 by 2, something like this. Let me do this. Okay, sum of n of n plus 1 by 2, something like this. This is the formula. I have called this void sum of n numbers. So n numbers here, what I have given, n natural numbers. So I will have to give the same name because we write once, okay, but maintenance will be forever in the project. That's why the naming convention, whatever you follow, is much more important, because developer, you are going to develop, someone else will come and maintain this. So that's why always the more than development, maintenance, you should look into it. So you may be knowing pointers or advanced concept, always expected to write in the simplified way so that other person can easily can understand this. So the good developers are one which can be, the code written can be understood, modularized by the even junior developers. So that is how we should write it. Now let me write it. Control F9. Okay. 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 Enter the number 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3 for this one. 2 we have done. Enter the n number 3. So it is coming here. So because 0, because this is a float value. Okay. 2, 3. So we have done this. Now n numbers, like last 6 numbers, some we are able to get by is what? I have to see the formula. So here integer, then this is percent f. Okay. N of n plus 1 into 2 r n. So we have to understand that formula is this. Okay, let me go here. Natural numbers formula. N of n plus 1 by 2. So here the problem with this is, okay, this, I forgot what I have to. So here I think I have not saved. So okay. Anyhow, I have not saved, I think. Forget to save it. So I lost it. No worries. But finally, what we have understood is, like if I want to write a function, so this should be written like this. Let us go and understand theory part. So we will do few programs, then you will be able to understand. What is a function? Function is a self-contained block of statements that perform a specific task. Okay, that we have understood. Okay, then we have understood like how we are repeatedly we are using. What is the syntax? Syntax is more important for us. I have given, I have shown you void also. return type int, float, all these things you can do that. Syntax is return type, function name, and parameter list. You can give that, like, for example, int add int a comma int b. The returns is an integer. It can be float. It can be void. Void means it doesn't return the values, because we have seen that example as well. We are very clear in this. And also we have done like whatever we are passing the value here, we call it as the pass by value. Okay, passing a value. And there are two approaches are there: passing a value and passing a reference. We have seen that. Dummy function also we can call, parameters also we can pass, so that we have done this. And if you look at the functions, okay, that printf, scanf, square root, all these are predefined functions. That means already in C compiler, which is already explained actually. So we have predefined functions, so we call it as a library function. So in C library, already instead of you writing a function, the printf is already written, scanf is already written. Because of that, once you include studio.h, it is able to recognize clear screen, conio.h is in the library file, they have already written. So if I want to write a custom function, we can write it. That already I have shown. Similar to us, they have also written the same thing. And next is whatever we have done, we have shown you is that is nothing but a user-defined function. User-defined functions. So there may be a with return type or without return type. We can do it. That also we have seen. This is one more important function. It's called recursive function. Repetitively calling itself is called a recursive function. I will show this as well. Okay, recursive function. Remember that a function calling to itself is called as a recursive function. Most of the interview questions, like what is function, they will ask. Sometimes they will ask what is recursive function. Or they give a scenario, ask you to write the recursive function. Here, if you look at that int factorial, int 5 if you pass. If number is equal to 0, return 1. Next, when it is returning, if not equal to 0, it will come to else part. N may be a 1, factorial of 1 minus 1, 0, something like that. Then when it comes to a 2, factorial, then n 2 minus 1, 1. Once again, it will call the same function. Then 3, then 4, then 5. If they first 5 times it is going to multiply and it is going to give. For example, let me explain this. What is recursive function? We have understood first. Types of function, libraries, which is already predefined in your program. Okay, which is written by compiler. Already in compiler it is available. That we have seen that. And like example like printf, clear screen, all are predefined functions. Scanf, predefined function. After that, what we have done? Customized functions we have already written. We have shown that. In that, like usually syntax we used to follow is, okay, return type, then function name, then arguments. It can be 0 or no arguments, or it may be arguments may be there. Then here we used to write statements 1, statement 2, for everything is ended with semicolon. Then based on return type, I can write the return, okay, something like this. So we have seen that. So return type can be, okay, int, any data type, float, double, something like this. Or sometimes if you write void, it doesn't return any value. So this is called customized methods, functions we have written. Here we have written like a with simple steps. Similarly, the third type we are talking about is recursive functions. What is recursive functions? Recursive function is nothing but a function calling to itself. A function calling to itself is called as a recursive function. So the best example what we are talking about is a factorial. Okay, factorial. So for example, int factorial. So what is factorial? For example, if you say 5 factorial, means 5 into 4 into 3 into, okay, 2 into 1, it may be 120, something like that, I can get it. Similar to that, if I wanted to do that, int n, okay, I may write a function if n is equal to, always in the recursion function, the worst condition I have to write, so that is exit condition, I have to write. The exit criteria, if number is equal to 0, return 1, else, already we have learned else what it is, okay. Now return, from which function it is called, n star factorial n minus 1. Then I will close this, then I can write it. If you call this function in void main, okay, like printf, the factorial is, okay, factorial 5. So it will call this function 5. If n is equal to 0, it will return 1, but you have called 5. So that means first you have invoked 5. 5 will go here in this function. It is not equal to 0, it will come to here. What it performs here? First time step 1, 5 into factorial, it is calling factorial of 5 minus 1. That is nothing but 4 it is calling. Once again, factorial step 2. Okay, 5 into. So factorial 4 will call the same function, repeatedly calling same function. So now it will be, it is not equal to 0 to return 1. But here this statement will be called 5 into 4. Once again, factorial 4 minus 1. That is nothing but 3. Once again, step 3. 5 into 4 into, so then 3, then factorial, okay, 3 minus 1, that is nothing but 2, it will call, then step 4 is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into, so then factorial 2 minus 1, so here 2, okay, 2 minus 1, that becomes 1, but when it is factorial to 1, okay, it will come step 5, okay, step 5, 5 into 4 into 3 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into, here in factorial, so 1 minus 1, okay, 1 into factorial, 1 minus 1, that is nothing but 0, it will come. But if you look at this, when n is equal to 0, once again, it is repeating to the 1. So now it will take 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is nothing but, okay, that is nothing but, so 120, okay. So like this, we can, this function is repeatedly calling. Such functions we call it as a recursive function. A function calling to itself, we call it as a recursive functions. We have understood what is recursive function also. First function is, we are talking about, first initially we started with what is function. A function is nothing but a repetitive task. Instead of writing a block of statements in many places, we are going to replace with a self-contained block of statement. And how do we replace? That we have seen. And in this, sometimes we pass the argument, sometimes without arguments also will be there. If you pass this argument, we call it as the pass by value. We are passing the value. There is one more concept, pass by reference, so don't worry at this moment. Then what are the different types of functions we have? So we have declared this type of syntax, and then also we understood what is recursive functions. That means we have understood there is a concept called recursive functions. So we have understood inbuilt functions, and also we have understood the recursive function. Now another important thing, okay, we have to understand this recursive function we have understood. And also there is a standard library functions, okay, like a string length, fopen, absolutely, we can use that. Simple predefined functions also there. If you need additional library, you can include and you can start using that. That is called standard library functions. But basically, whatever we are writing that function is called as a user-defined functions. So user-defined functions. So we will be having the user-defined functions. Using that user-defined functions, we can able to write a simple function. So that means we are writing a block of statement, we are able to understand that. Let me go and do one more program. Yes, it is initially for beginners, it looks something different, but we are trying our level best to make you people to understand. So if you have this foundation, you can learn C++ very easily. If someone goes directly to a C++ or Java, so it is very tough actually. So better to learn properly. And let me go here. Okay. Let me write simple one more function like calculator dot. Okay. C. Let me write C colon. So let me save here. So calculators, this one, where calculator is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. So let us do the simple calculator using function. Now, how do you do the simple calculator? Just we are trying to calculate a function, but first we have to declare, as usual, include stereo dot h, then dash include conio dot h. Okay, we have done this. Now, if I want to write a function which is of type what? Simple calculator. So what we used to do that? Let me write first void. Okay, main. Okay. So instead of, let me write it 4 functions. One is for addition, another one for subtraction, another for multiplication. So int addition, int A, int B. We have to declare this. And let me write a simple return A plus B. Similarly, subtraction, int subtraction, int A, comma, int B. Okay. Now we here return A minus B. Now, if you write here, it is very simple now. We are able to do this. Similarly, int multiplication, int A, comma, int B. So here I can write multiplication A star B. Similarly, int division, int A, comma, int B. So return A by B, or reminder you can do that, or A by B. So then when you do this, it may be returned to a float value, decimal value, integer. So that's why I have given this. My objective is to how to declare a function, not a logic. Okay, just it is not just to show addition, subtraction, multiplication. Now I wanted to read two values. Okay, a comma b, or I can write value 1 or value 2, just to show that it can be different values. And then I wanted to print total, initially by default 0. Printf, enter the two values. Okay, then I will read this value. %d, ampersand, val1, ampersand, val2. So we have done this. Now I am trying to, okay, calling this function to printf. First one is addition, %d, add. What is the function name? Add, right? So I will be writing here add val1, val2. So I will be calling this function printf subtraction. Okay. So subtraction, I can give val2, val1, it is up to you. I'm just doing a happy path just to understand this. Similarly, printf multiplication. MUL, val1, val2, I can pass as per my convenient value. Similarly, if I want to divide, okay, division, okay, %f, okay, division, I can give any value, not only val to this one, I can give 10, 2 also, okay, something like this. That is up to me. Then get ch. So first statement we are used to do is clear screen. Okay. So this will give how to write a simple function without complicating too much. I have done this. If I have then save this, Control F9, 2, 1. So you can see that addition is 3, subtraction is -1, multiplication 2 into 1 is this one, division 5 by 10 by 2. So we have done. So what is the division I have given? 10 by 2, that is 5. Now if I want to give like every time new line, just I have to add the, in printf, I have to add new line. Only in printf, not in scanf. Okay, I am adding here only. Okay, now Control F9. So 4, 8. Now if you see, addition is 8 plus 4, 12. 8 minus 4, 4. 8 4 ja 32. And division is 5. Similarly, if I want to change this to a val1, val2. Okay. So 16, yeah, 8, something like this. I can do that. Okay, 24 minus 8, 16 by 8. What I have done is val1 is something different. Division A by B. So I have to give printf, that I will discuss later. So how to do that? As of now, just understand there is a way to do that. We'll do that. But as of now, Just I have showing you how to do writing a simple function. For example, if I want to move this, control insert, control delete, okay, shift insert, control KK. If you do this function, now it is a error because we have not declared. Then what we have to do is, if you write after this, control insert, you are going to write here, shift insert, control KK, add the semicolon. Similarly, you go to this function, okay, control insert, okay, shift insert, control KK, and I am pasting. Similarly, if I want to do multiplication, control insert, okay, shift insert, control KK. Now, similarly, if I want to do division, control insert, shift insert, control KK. Control KK, but okay, so we have done this. Now, control F9. Okay. So here this should not be. Total is assigned, but never used. So control KK. So total we have not used, that is okay. So clear screen. It is expected to be control insert, delete. Accepting. So here semicolon is missing. So we are missing the semicolon. So 2, we got the value. So this is how we can write the simple function 2, 2 to 4, 2 minus 2, 0, 2 into 2, 4, 2 by 2, 1. So this is how we can write a simple function to understand. And logically speaking, today's session we understood if we have a repetitive task, there is a concept called functions. By using these functions, we can write it. And in that, we try to understand what is library functions, what are standard function, what is user-defined functions. Currently, whatever we have written is user-defined function. Tomorrow session, so some more programs we'll try to do that because function is more important, and we will see that what is pass by value and if possible pass by reference, but pass by reference is too complicated for you people. So I will not get into at this moment. Just I will focus on pass by value. Then after that, we will try to cover some concept arrays and combination of arrays and whatever the previously we learned, we try to combine all these things and we can write the simple program using functions. And because 90% of time in your code, there will be a function. Without writing a function, no one can develop the application. So this is more important, not only in C, in all other programmings, we require to do this. So any questions from anyone? Yeah, any questions, please? Any questions? If there is no questions, so tomorrow once again we will meet. Okay, we'll continue the session and try to understand. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.